Welcome once again to our commerce classroom. In this session, we will discuss about agreements opposed to public policy. Agreements opposed to public policy. Public policy is that principle of law which holds that no citizen can lawfully do that which is injurious to the public or against the interest of the society or the state. I repeat, public policy is that principle of law which holds that no citizen can lawfully do that which is injurious to the public or against the interest of the society or the state. An agreement is said to be opposed to public policy when it is injurious to the welfare of the society or it tends to prejudice the welfare of the society. I repeat, an agreement is said to be opposed to public policy when it is injurious to the welfare of the society or it tends to prejudice the welfare of the society. The following agreements have been declared by the courts as opposed to public policy and they are as follows. I repeat, the following agreements have been declared by the courts as opposed to public policy and they are as follows. First agreement opposed to public policy, trade with an alien enemy. Trade with an alien enemy. All agreements made with an alien enemy are illegal on the ground of public policy. All agreements made with an alien enemy are illegal on the ground of public policy. Second point, an agreement interfering with the courts of justice. An agreement interfering with the courts of justice. Here we discuss with the agreement, the object of which is to interfere with the courts of justice. Example, an agreement not to disclose misconduct to the other interested party or an agreement to influence a judge in favor of a party is obviously opposed to public policy and hence void. Third point, agreement for stifling prosecution. Agreement for stifling prosecution. An agreement which seeks to absolve an offender of criminal liability or excuse him from prosecution or to withdraw a criminal case pending against him is known as an agreement stifling prosecution. Fourth point, maintenance and Champerty. Maintenance and Champerty. Historically, third parties were prohibited from funding an unconnected parties litigation under the doctrines of maintenance and Champerty. Maintenance refers to an unconnected third party assisting to maintain litigation by providing financial assistance. Champerty is a form of maintenance where third party pays some or all of the litigation cost in return for a share of the proceeds. In English law, both maintenance and Champerty are void, but in Indian law, maintenance and Champerty have certain exceptions. We will discuss about these exceptions in our coming sessions. Fifth point, agreement for the sale of public offices and titles. Agreement for the sale of public offices and titles. The agreement for the sale or trafficking of public offices or to obtain public titles like Padma Shri, etc. are illegal on the ground of being opposed to public policy. Sixth point, marriage brokerage agreements. Marriage brokerage agreements. These are agreements for payment of money in consideration of procuring for another in marriage a husband or wife, or agreement to pay money to the parent or guardian of a minor in consideration of his consenting to give the child in marriage are void. I repeat, marriage brokerage agreements are agreements for the payment of money in consideration for procuring for another in marriage a husband or wife, or agreement to pay money to the parent or guardian of a minor in consideration of his consenting to give the child in marriage are void. Seventh point, agreement in restraint of personal liberty. Agreement in restraint of personal liberty. An agreement which unduly restricts the personal liberty of any person is void on the ground of being opposed to public policy. I repeat, an agreement which unduly restricts the personal liberty of any person is void on the ground of being opposed to public policy. Eighth point, agreement in restraint of parental rights. Agreement in restraint of parental rights. An agreement which is inconsistent with the duties arising out of such guardianship is void as being opposed to public policy. I repeat, an agreement which is inconsistent with the duties arising out of such guardianship is void as being opposed to public policy. Ninth point, agreement tending to create monopoly. Agreements tending to create monopoly. An agreement, the object of which is to create monopoly, is illegal and void as being opposed to public policy. I repeat, an agreement, the object of which is to create monopoly, is illegal and void as being opposed to public policy. 10th point, agreements tending to create interest opposed to duty. Agreements tending to create interest opposed to duty. An agreement with a public servant which obliges him to do something which is inconsistent with his official duty shall be void as being opposed to public policy. I repeat, an agreement with a public servant which obliges him to do something which is inconsistent with his official duty shall be void and being opposed to public policy. 11th point, agreement to defraud creditors or revenue authorities. Agreements to defraud creditors or revenue authorities. The agreements, the object of which is to defraud the creditors or revenue authorities, are void as being opposed to public policy. I repeat, the agreements, the object of which is to defraud creditors or revenue authorities, are void as being opposed to public policy. 12th point, agreements interfering with marital duties. Agreements interfering with marital duties. Any agreement which interferes with the performance of marital duties is void. Example, an agreement that a husband shall always live in the wife's house was held to be void. 13th point, agreement to vary the period of limitation. Agreement to vary the period of limitation. Agreements, the object of which is to curtail or extend the period of limitation prescribed by the law of limitation, are void. I repeat, agreements, the object of which is to curtail or extend the period of limitation prescribed by the law of limitation, are void. Our 14th point, our last point opposed to public policy, agreement to commit a crime. Agreement to commit a crime. An agreement to indemnify a person against the consequences of his criminal act is void as opposed to public policy. I repeat, an agreement to indemnify a person against the consequences of his criminal act is void as opposed to public policy. These acts may be grouped under the following heads. First point, agreement in restraint of marriage. Second point, agreement in restraint of trade. And third point, agreement in restraint of legal proceedings. We discuss about all these 3 points in our coming sessions in detail. I think agreements opposed to public policy explained here is clear for all of you. We will meet again. Till then, goodbye.